Olibet lažybos. Nesaikingas lošimas gali sukelti priklausomybę.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 4 of the Drift Masters European Championship. We're here, it's Riga, baby.
Hello guys, we're here in Latvia, Riga, the Drift Masters European Championship. We came here to support our very young, very talented driver, Nikolass. And yeah, let's see how it is. Let's go.
What's up guys, Nikolass here, and today we are in Drift Masters Riga round 4. Definitely a tough weekend for me ahead because it's a huge event here, and Drift Masters is like the biggest European championship I know. So yeah, we're here, we're gonna try to do our best, and yeah, so everything started with practice in Friday, where we noticed that I've been struggling with the car, and I changed my setup a bit. So yeah, that's a good thing that we had practice in Friday to sort some stuff with the car. Now today is Saturday, we had practice once more with the new setup. I liked it a bit more. Still I am struggling with the car because it doesn't have that much power to spin the wheels and do like a smooth run through the course. So yeah, I'm just trying my hardest. I'm like accelerating full throttle down the straight. I am like full throttle all like 4 or 5 zones until the one pocket where I have to downshift the third, and then again just full throttle because I'm just really struggling with the car. It's just the track is so gripped up, it's incredible, like crazy.
Moving along, we got one of the youngsters on the grid, 18 years of age, but you'd swear he'd been around for a very long time. He's probably got about 18 high-level trophies in his cabinet. It's Nikolass from Latvia. He's running a 620 horsepower E36, not the fastest car on the grid, but boy can he make this thing work, and he is a phenomenal chase driver. Now it's all about the lead. Can he get himself well up yours? His home track. He'll probably have done as many laps as anyone here, and that's a perfect start.
It certainly is. Perfectly fills that outside zone as he fires through the second one. Now comes a little bit wide on inner zone 3, and now down in front of the grandstand. Look at how he snaps that car from one way to another. Huge transitions across the track, and now gets nice and early into the final zone, up onto that wall, and look at this, moves out that big cloud of smoke as he crosses the line, and that is how you announce yourself back on the grid in front of the home fans.
So yeah, after practice I was curious to see how I do in qualifying, because practice runs were quite okay, but like maybe not enough to qualify. So yeah, then we went out to qualify. I did my first run. It was not bad. I missed my inside clip because the track again is so hooked up. I did the transition after the first corner to the second, and I felt the front end lifting on the car, and like it started understeering, so I just blew past the inside clip, but still managed to save it up and do a whole run till the end. Got a 72. That put me in 29th place, I think, so it's really close to the dropout zone. And yeah, I went back up to the woods, sat there for a whole hour, tried to calm myself down, get ready for the second run, then yeah, went in as hard as I could in the first corner, and the car started again having not enough power, just struggling to spin the tires.
It is Nikolass from Latvia, 18 years of age, 620 horsepower. V8, not the perfect one, had a bit of understeer and a little bit of issues in the first. He loves this track though, expect a monster run here.
Yeah, well, it's going to have to be an improvement because that 72 leaves him down the order, so some work to do for Nikolass as he looks to improve on it, and he's doing a good job here so far. Now, a bit of a dab with the handbrake there as he transitions from outer zone 3 inside zone 3 to outer zone 4. Next, just starts to come away from that wide line through the final section here. but gets back into it and gets himself onto the wall and across the line. So you know what, there's good and bad in the run there for Nikolass.
I did a run as I could, but yeah, it was just, in my opinion, horrible. So I hope I make it into the show, because it has never been so hard and difficult to come out to Riga and struggle driving. This has been the most terrifying 20 minutes in my life. Never have been waiting for the results to see if I'm in the show or not. I usually have been waiting if I am like high or low in qualifying, but this time, yeah, in Drift Masters I qualified 32nd. Inside I was keeping calm, trying to not stress about it, but the whole team was like sitting at the phone, looking all the drivers, looking at the drivers lists and everything, and trying to see if I can make it. But yeah, somehow I made it in 32nd place, and tomorrow I have a strong opponent, Piotr Wiecek, who is last year's champion in Drift Masters. He's super fast, super aggressive, and a really smooth driver. So it's gonna be tough, and I have a huge mission tomorrow to try beating him, and I think after that nothing can be harder. So yeah, let's see you guys tomorrow. I'll go take some rest, have good thoughts, send them to the moon and back, and hopefully we make it happen. So yeah, see you tomorrow.
Hello, so tandem runs day. We have a rainy day and such a difficult. We go against Piotr Wiecek, he's a difficult driver.
And this is absolutely rocket ship stuff from Piotr Wiecek as he fires through the course. A full throttle, full angle, full commitment to the wall. Wiecek's going for it here. This could be the perfect run of the Riga circuit as he takes it to the wall, buries the taillights in it, and that is exceptional from a man.
And also we have a strategy for him. So I think everything should go well, but we will see in tandems. So wish us best of luck.
Hey guys, so this is day 3 at the track, and it's Sunday now. We just had practice, like warm-up for top 32, and it was pretty good practice. I was in a good groove and feeling okay in the car. We changed the setup once again to be a bit more competitive and easier to drive, so now I'm feeling okay. It started raining, so I don't know what to do now. I'm probably gonna stay focused and try to see if we can get like a practice lap before we do a lap in the rain, because the track has changed. And yeah, and then I think everything should be okay. We have a tough battle ahead with Piotr. He qualified first, I qualified 32nd, which is the last spot you can make it into Drift Masters. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough first battle, and if I make it through, then I'd say I have won the event for myself, and the rest is just for fun. So let's cross our fingers and see that we can do the best.
off here. The big question here for the last 90 minutes is how are these drivers going to adapt to the wet conditions? Well, right now, no problems for Piotr Wiecek or for Nikolass Bertans, doing a fantastic job matching the speed, matching the angle of Piotr Wiecek. Peter up onto the curb there, as you can just see how much slower these drivers are having to drive to try and get these cars around the circuit. But Nikolass now giving Peter a little bit of a love tap into the wall, but Peter keeps that throttle nicely pinned, and these guys go across the line, Dave. And you know what? It wasn't the fireworks that we expected in the dry, but in the wet, these two guys putting on an absolute clinic there.
I knew I have to go flat out with him because he qualified first, I qualified 32nd, and yeah, I was chasing my first run, and I can say that I'm lucky with that because I could see what mistakes he makes and just learn from them and not do the same. So yeah, he made mistakes in his lead run by dropping 2 wheels off in 2 different corners, and the run was altogether wobbly. So yeah, I just chased him as close as I could. We had a little bit of contact in the last corner, but that didn't make any difference in the run. And then it was my time to lead, and luckily for me, I had practice in a previous weekend at the rain, and I felt really comfortable in the car. I knew what I have to do, so I just did my run.
And Wiecek knows that Bertans was close. Wiecek comes in with a big attack through the first corner. Wiecek now trying to pour as much pressure as he can onto the youngster as they transition through. What a transition from Piotr Wiecek. He is all over the side of Nikolass Bertans here, knowing he's made some mistakes in the... Oh, Wiecek makes an error, stays on a bit of understeer there as he goes through in the chase positions. Bertans in the lead position, looking like he is very strong here, and Wiecek has to make that last lunge now. He has to make an impact here, or his championship could be all over as he goes up onto the door. Bertans goes into the wall. Wiecek goes into Bertans. It's super slow, super sketchy, and I'm not sure which way the judges are going to call that.
The first battle in top 32 is done. We managed to get the win, which is incredible. Super happy that it made it through, and good thing we had practice before in the rain and we knew what to expect from the track. So yeah, unlucky for Piotr. If it would be drive, it would be like way more tense, but yeah, I'll just call it my luck, and it's my home track. The thing I thought about is do not mess up, do not mess up. And good thing I had to chase because he had to lay down the lead run, and I could see his mistakes and just learn from them and not make the same. So yeah, he dropped 2 wheels. I tried to stay on the course, but I had struggled with the wall because there's a lot of rubber and it's really slippery there. So you have to really work with the pedals and feel out the car. Yeah, managed to do the run and get the win. So let's move on.
Changing for him, but as you say, the wealth of experience, and he knows this track better than anybody. But can he manage it better than Max Heidrich here, as Heidrich just gets out of control on the entry, and just as you see, just so used to those wet conditions from earlier on. Things have completely changed now as they come out for top 16. And Bertans gets it up onto the curb. He's losing some ground here to Max Heidrich, who's starting to pull a bit of a gap here, but Heidrich, as you can see there, just how patchy it is now as they come through the final section. Oh, and a spin from Max Heidrich. You can see that coming, Dave.
The next battle was with Max Heidrich. He's from Germany, and previous battle he had with the guy I lost to in Finland. So yeah, I didn't want to lose to someone again, so I just did the same thing, chased the first run, made the lead run. He made a mistake in his lead run by spinning out, so I just had to do it safe run and move on.
Going into the second half of this one in the lead position now, all he needs to do is just make a pass of the circuit and try and avoid any big errors here. Can he just keep those wheels on the track? But here we go, Bertans, nice tentative entry. Max now looking to apply the pressure. Max goes onto that inner line now. Will he get caught? No, just manages to transition behind Nikolass Bertans nicely as Bertans lays down a solid lead line, avoids getting himself onto those curves, wants to stay away from those as best he can and avoid any trouble. And look at this really clever drive here from Bertans so far. They swear it all went wrong for Max on the first run, but no such problems for Nikolass Bertans as he massages it up into the wall here and gets ready to go safely across the line. And from my point of view, Dave, and I'm sure yours, into the top 8.
And then again, a superstar comes up. It's James Deane against me in top 8. We have had a lot of battles with him. To be exact, we had 4, and out of the 4 he won. And some of them he won because of my mistakes, some of them he won because my car broke down. So this time I was ready, but the car was ready, and yeah, we put on a good show.
Already today, Nikolass has taken out Piotr Wiecek. What if he took out James Deane? All in the one event. This would be history in the making. Right up on the door. No backing down from the youngsters. They transition, depth-defying as they go. Wet to dry conditions as Deane up onto the edge of the track, missing that outer zone as Nikolass Bertans fires through the smoke cloud that James Deane is creating. Sketchy transitions all over the track, and Bertans goes too early, but he makes it work, tags Deane as they come around the last corner, and that is the first clean battle we've seen today.
Like, I was chasing again. It was patchy, it was like dry and wet at the same time. So he was leading, I was chasing. He had a little bit of mistakes, but nothing major, so I had to push on my lead run.
What can he do against James Deane? James Deane straight from the off, hard on the accelerator as he tries to minimise the amount of gap that Nikolass Bertans can pull away from him here as both drivers door to door, side by side, perfect transitions from both drivers. Deane going super aggressive as they come beyond the grandstand. Big error there as Deane just gets the transition a little bit wrong. Bertans now throws it onto the wall and Deane tucks back into the pocket. Bertans makes contact with the door, hits the brakes hard and gives James Deane nowhere to go as they cross the line. A calamity of errors.
I made an awesome lead run, but yeah, the judges thought that we did quite similar jobs, so they gave us one more time. And after the one more time, I had to chase once more. The track was a bit dry already.
Bertans in the chase position, but Deane slams shoes the gears and throws that car onto a big angle, fires it into that outer zone. And flawless here from James Deane, but look at this, look at the transition from Nikolass Bertans as he sets himself to attack mode. Bertans bringing the fight here, matching Deane step for step, zone for zone, contact, front wheel on front wheel, and they keep it going, Dave.
How are they still drifting this track?
And I was just pushing the absolute limit, and yeah, everything went smooth until the last corner where I jumped almost over him. And like, we made contact in a spot where we already have to be on throttle. It looked to me from like my driving perspective that he was in a huge angle and like almost spinning out, but I didn't have time to even react to that. I was just made a contact with him, jumped almost over him, and yeah, we just somehow managed to finish the run. And then once again we swapped places.
Here I come.
And it's Nikolass getting the win. Nikolass Bertans beats James Deane.
I moved on, which was incredible for me. I was super happy, and that just made my day 2 times better. Then I had a battle with Dwayne McKeever. It should have been with Dwayne, but he had a crash before me, and yeah, he couldn't make it to the start, so I just got a bye run. So I tested out the alignment. If everything's fine, noticed that it's not listening to me, like the car is not listening to me, so we made some changes. And yeah, then we had Jack Shanahan in the final, and we ran out of tires.
Shanahan to lead them in for the final. Shanahan and Bertans. Bertans like tries to make his move early, but Shanahan has made a super early move, and he takes a huge lead into the first corner as we go fast in front of the grandstand. Both drivers. Here comes Bertans. Appears through the smoke, and he's around.
So we put some used tires with the most like meat that it had, and put I think 1 bar in the tire, and it wasn't enough. He was a bit faster off the line because my tires were spinning and he was just flying down straight. So yeah, that was the only big mistake I made, having a gap in the start. In the rest of the corners, I catched him up and he even hit the wall at the end, but that was nothing major and judges didn't say anything to him. So yeah, I did a lead run, he just glued it onto me and he managed to win.
Look at the snap to ankle. Jock Shannon is all over Bertans. They're still in this one. How is he getting away with these transitions? As Jock Shannon reels in the youngster. He is not going to be outdone today. He is more aggressive. He's got more pace. And now one more transition to go. Bertans goes to the wall. Shanahan goes to the door. We go to our knees once again in appreciation.
Super happy to have second place, super happy that the team came out to support me and cheering me on, and all the Finnish fans, all the Latvian fans, everybody here was a massive help because yeah, Friday, Saturday was tough for me, and today was just like a dessert after all the hard work we put in. Thank you for watching this video and supporting me on this journey. It has been tough for me, but yeah, the final and getting second place was just the icing on the cake. So yeah, thank you all. See you in the next episode. Bye.